Hi everyone, hope you all had a good Christmas, and now that's all over, it's time to plant some onions. So we've got Bedfordshire Champion, and we've got Alicia Craig. They're both okay to sow in January. The earlier the better really, you get bigger bulbs. Today I'm going to be sowing them as multi-sown onions, so I want about 5 or 6 seeds in each cell. But you don't have to do that. I just want to maximise my crop by having a lot of smaller, medium-sized onions and just, you know, a load of big onions. So what I've got here is I've got a Charles Dowding CD60 tray, and I'll basically be doing half and half. So what I need to do first of all is sieve some of my homemade compost, which I've just, well, I went down to the allotment this morning to get it, just a little bag, and I'm just going to sieve that through, you know, quite a coarse sized sieve, just to get the bigger pieces out, because it was homemade compost and it was what I used to grow my single seed potato in. I'm sure there's still a few little lumps and twigs and bits of wood and stuff in there, so I just want to get that out, just so that the roots can grow into it a bit easier and it doesn't tie up any nitrogen or anything. So let's get going. So I've just got a big square fabric pot here. What this sieve sits in quite nicely, and just going to pour a bit in at a time, really, not too much. Just see how it looks and that, really. Hopefully it's not too damp to sieve. It's just been in the greenhouse, not the greenhouse, sorry, the shed at the allotment, since I took it out of a single seed potato basket thing, cage. So it's a little bit claggy still, but yeah, there's quite a few twigs and stuff. There's a worm, little red wriggler, can stay in. Yeah, so I don't need a massive amount of compost today, because I'm only doing that one little tray. I'm not going to sow too much this year before February. I got a bit carried away last year and started everything too early. But yeah, I'm just going to do seeds in a little tray this year as well, because last year I did all my onion seeds in a couple of little pots, and I had to prick them all out and put them in another tray, and it was so laborious. So now what I plan on doing, like I said, is filling this up and getting as much compost in there as possible, and maybe putting 5 or 6 seeds in each cell, and not going to bother obviously transplanting them out, they're all going to be in here. And while they germinate, they're going to be in the house on the windowsill, but when they do, get a bit more than that actually, when they do germinate, they'll be going into the greenhouse. Oh yeah, so wet. I thought it'd be drier than this. Right, I mean ideally that would want to be a bit drier than that, but I'm going to amend it slightly with some vermiculite. I prefer vermiculite than perlite. It's a little bit finer than perlite, especially with smaller seeds, but it does hold on to a bit more moisture and nutrients than perlite. Perlite's more for aeration, but just going to give this a good mix through, and hopefully it should help to lighten it up a bit. I had little twigs falling through, but yeah, ideally I'd like to add a bit of leaf mould in through this if I had some this year. I haven't got any, hopefully in a year or two time, and it's just like making apple crumble topping. So yeah, I mean there's probably way too much vermiculite in with that, but it was quite claggy, so I was hoping it would be a bit drier. I didn't know, well, the shed hasn't got a leak in it, but I probably should have opened up the bag a bit, let it air a bit. Right, we'll pop that there for a second then, and then we'll start filling up the tray. Right, okay, so I've got my little dipper, and I'm just going to do just a little hole in the middle of each cell. Not too deep, just a little indent, just to hold the seeds. I'm going to pop a little bit of compost again over the top in a minute after I've sown them. Right, okay, so that's all the little holes popped in. I'll turn this around. I'm probably going to do them lengthways like that. So now I just need to get the seed packet, and we'll do Bedfordshire Champion first. I'll take this little label off, and we'll pop that one in the middle here at the back. So I normally rip the seed packet off along the top here, in between the writing, so I don't miss any information. Right, there we go. So thinly, cover with 1.5 cm of compost, firm gently and keep moist. Cover with glass, polythene or propagator lid. Keep at approximately 15 to 20 degrees. Seedlings appear in 14 to 28 days. So remove the cover when the seedlings appear, large enough to transplant, 5 cm apart in trays. Stand outside for a few days, late May, avoid frosts. Transplant 23 cm apart in growing position. Keep moist and weed free. And harvest August to September. Alright, so these are going to be in the ground for quite a while. So we're going to be in these trays, sorry, until maybe mid-March. We'll see. When does it say plant out on here? Sometimes I have a little chart. This one hasn't got it, have they? Oh, transplant late May. No, sod that, we'll get them out earlier than that. Right, so I want about 5 to 6 seeds in each hole. Yeah, so I haven't got a massive area to grow onions, so that's why I want to get as many as I can in here. And we don't like massive onions, just like little ones. Maybe a little worm there. Right, that's the Bedfordshire Champion sowed in those cells there. Just put these seeds back in the packet. Fold the lid over. So the next one's Alicia Craig. tear that through there. Yeah, it's the same again. 5 or 6 seeds in each cell, and yeah, it just ensures then if 1 or 2 don't germinate in each one, you're definitely going to get a cell with an onion in, or a couple at least. Hopefully, you know, you get 4 or 5 in each cell. So my little blackbird friend is just here, come to say hello. I might have to put these last couple of onions in. Turn the camera around so you can see him. He's just down below the table here. So sorry, I'm just going to adjust the camera if I can. Oh, there he is, look, you see him? It's White Dot, my little friend. I've got him some mealworms here. Here's some. There you go. Yeah, so anyway, back to the onions. Yeah, so I put these back in the seed packet. So what I'm going to do now is just sprinkle a bit more compost over the top, and then what I'll do is I don't mind really if I get, you know, so much compost over the top, you know, in between the cells. It's just going to add extra compost to it all. So this compost is really quite moist. I don't think it's going to take long to soak this compost, because it's, you know, pretty much saturated already. But what I'll do, I'm not going to water it from above. I'll fill up this tray with some water and just let the moisture soak in, and that'll help draw the seeds down into the compost and that, and get good contact with the soil. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Blackbird's gone now. I just need to scrape off a bit of this actually. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this. Yeah, I do. Yes, I mean ideally this compost would have been quite as wet, but I think they're going to have good contact, and hopefully we'll get germination, like it says, in 14 to 21 days, something like that. So I'm just going to get some water to sit them in for a minute. Okay, so we've just got some rainwater in here. I'm just going to lower that in and just let the moisture suck up into it, and that'll help draw the seeds down and give it a real good watering. And what I'll do then is I'll tip out the excess in the bottom here, and then it'll be going on the windowsill in the bedroom, because that gets the most sunshine and it's probably warmer upstairs. And then we'll put the lid on it, help keep the moisture in, the condensation and the heat really. And then, yeah, once they start sprouting, we'll remove this and we'll pop them in the greenhouse. There's still a little bit of light in the greenhouse at some time of the day, or if I can get away with it, I'll leave them on the windowsill in the bedroom like that, and that'll just help them get a bit more sunshine, keep them a bit warmer, maybe give them a bit more of a head start. But yeah, so that's the onions sown this year. I've already got some sets at the allotment, and these will be going in next to them, so I can net the whole area for the allium leaf miner. And for the allium leaf miner, you need a net which is finer than 2 mm, and you need to get it down sort of March time really until the end of May. But if you've got it, you might as well just keep it on. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be ordering some net soon and popping it over, you know, early February if it arrives in time. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll give you an update when we've sprouted, and we'll see what the germination rate's like. Ideally this compost wouldn't have been as claggy as that, but I'm sure it's going to be okay. I can see lots of little worms in here at the moment, trying to scrabble down. But yeah, we'll leave that to soak up and put the lid on it, like I say, keep it in the sunshine, in a nice warm spot, and hopefully they'll germinate within the next 28 days. So thank you very much. Hope you got something from the video, and yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any updates. Thank you very much. Goodbye. My little blackbird friend is back. A white dot. I'll just put some mealworms here for him. Come in.